Start your diagnosis of any drivetrain problem with a visual inspection of the vehicle and linkages to ensure the vehicle is in a safe operating condition. Then road test the vehicle to verify the condition. Clutch problems will usually involve complaints of slipping, binding, grabbing, vibrating, wear, or chattering. The most common cause of clutch failure is excessive heat. Excessive heat results from the load placed on the clutch friction disc or discs during engagement. When diagnosing a problem with clutch slipping or wear, start with an inspection for wear and a check of the adjustment of the external clutch linkage. If the linkage is not worn and is properly adjusted, check the clutch pedal free play. Clutch free play is usually between 1.5 and 2 inches. Insufficient free play will result in a clutch that slips, as the clutch will remain partially disengaged. When the operator rides the clutch, the condition will be the same as that of insufficient free play with the addition of wear on the release bearing, resulting from the constant thrust load on the bearing. Excessive free play will cause hard shifting, as the clutch will not completely disengage. A typical clutch is operated by hydraulic fluid pressure and assisted by an air servo cylinder. The hydraulic system transfers energy from the clutch pedal to the air servo that operates the clutch release fork. Complaints of hard shifting, binding, or erratic engagement can be due to low fluid level or air in the hydraulic system, or an air leak in the air servo portion of the system. The release bearing that rides on the transmission input shaft is moved by the clutch fork and forces the pressure plate away from the clutch disc. Some clutch assemblies have a manual adjusting ring that can be used to compensate for normal clutch disc wear, while others use an automatic adjusting mechanism. Automatic adjusters use a replaceable wear compensator to maintain the proper clutch free play. If pedal free play is excessive, check the wear compensator. If the adjustment will no longer compensate for the wear, the clutch must be removed for a replacement. On a single disc clutch system, the release bearing presses against the fingers of the pressure plate to move the pressure plate away from the clutch disc. Weak pressure plate fingers can cause the clutch to slip, as the pressure plate will not allow the clutch to fully release. Oil-soaked clutch linings will cause the clutch to slip, chatter, or vibrate on engagement. Clutch linings cannot be cleaned. They must be replaced after the cause of the oil contamination is repaired. If the concern is a vibration during engagement, look for a problem with excessive runout. The pressure plate and flywheel surfaces must be parallel to minimize vibrations. Both can be checked for runout with a dial indicator. Flywheels can be machined to true, while pressure plates are usually replaced if they have excessive runout. Additionally, if the vehicle uses a multiple disc clutch, the center plate must be smooth and parallel to both the pressure plate and the flywheel. The driven discs must also be measured for thickness and inspected for cracks, hot spots, and uneven wear when diagnosing a vibration or chatter problem. Additional causes of clutch vibrations can also be determined with a dial indicator. They are excessive crankshaft end play, excessive pilot bearing bore runout, warped transmission or flywheel housings, or excessive flywheel housing bore runout. Some trucks with non-synchronized transmissions use a clutch brake mounted on the transmission input spline shaft between the release bearing and the transmission to slow or stop the input shaft during gear changes. You should inspect the clutch brake for wear when dealing with a complaint of gear clash or if you're repairing a non-synchronized transmission with gear damage. Clutch brake should be checked for proper adjustment. Using a business card, the clutch brake should be able to hold the card when engaged.